Hello everyone, I'm Halloween Heartthrob, and I have a question for you. Do you have a problem with vampires? Are they always showing up, biting and bothering you and other people? Well, I have a solution for you, and you can easily make it from home. You can make your very own vampire hunter kit. Now this kit is not big, it's actually quite small because it's travel size, because you and all the other people who are awesome enough to be vampire hunters just don't have the space or the time to lug around a huge case. With just the small price of 3 installments of $39.99, this case can be yours too. Or I can just show you how to make it. The first thing I'm going to make is the book. Now we don't have a whole lot of room in this, as you can see, since we're going to have 3 different things in here. I'm going to trace, really quick, I'm going to just trace the box to see how much room we can have. Okay, this is a rough guesstimate of how much stuff we have, how much room we have in there. So I'm going to quickly cut this out to see if everything fits. Now you don't have to do this step, I'm just doing it to make like a little template for myself, just to kind of figure out if I have enough room for everything and if I can resize stuff. Well, it looks like everything's going to be able to fit, so let's stick with that. Now to make the book, what I'm going to do is make the outline of it. Once you've got the outline for your book, you'll want to start to fold it. And you'll want to fold one edge shorter than the other and then fold the other half farther so it gives the book kind of like a spine, like what you see in normal books, so you have some place to glue your paper. Okay, and we have our little base for our book. Before we get any further, just make a quick check, and it still fits in there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of paper and line our book up with it and just kind of measure out the pages, which what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut one really long strip of paper and then fold it accordion style. Okay, and there we have all of our little pages. Now what we're going to want to do is find a little bit more flat surface on your pages, because right here it's just kind of all over the place. But this is pretty smooth, so we're going to glue this part into the spine of our book. Okay, now that we've glued in the little pieces of paper, now you have a moving book. What I suggest is you take the last 2 pieces and glue them to each side so it looks a little bit more fluent, and now you can paint the book. Okay, while our book is drying, what I'm going to start on now is making the cross. And how I'm going to make this is I'm going to take this barbecue skewer and then just cut it down to size. You can always cut it larger, like too big, and then you can cut it down. Just cut it a little bit too big, because you can always cut more off, but you can't really put more back on. So I'm going to glue these 2 pieces together, and then I'm going to wrap them with black thread. Here's just a little close-up of the cross and the Bible. I didn't finish writing the words on the Bible because it was so tiny and it was really hard to write. Now on to our last and probably easiest things is stakes, our wooden stakes, to drive into the hearts of vampires. Basically, we're just gonna cut all these toothpicks in half. Now I'm gonna do one last check to make sure everything fits. Now you could easily just stop right here and just have your little vampire kit already done. I mean, it looks really good this way, but I just want to put the styrofoam in and the felt just to give it a little bit more height, and it'll give it more of a stable place. So you're going to want to take all your little pieces and mark where they are. Like just outline them. And there we go, we have our basic shapes. So what you want to do is just hollow these out enough where you can gently place these items inside. Okay, now that we've gotten the divots inside the styrofoam, I'm going to cover it with some felt. And while I'm covering it, I'm going to hot glue the felt as much as I can into the little divots. Alright, now that we've got our felt on, this part right here, it doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be covered, but basically what you want is just the divots. Now let's shove it in here. I hope you've enjoyed that little tutorial on how to make a miniature vampire hunter kit. Now we are going to end the video with two things. Number one, with the movie of the day. And the movie of the day is, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Why yes, it's another TV show as the movie of the day. Still don't care, my show. This spooky kids show was aired on October 31st, 1990 and ended a decade later in the mid-2000s. This show is about a group of kids called the Midnight Society who sit around a fire telling scary stories. It's pretty spooky for younger kids, but older kids who love spooky things will just die for this show. I recommend it for ages 10 and up.
And number two, we open up day 14. Now today is Friday the 14th, close enough to Friday the 13th, so that has nothing to do with anything. I'm gonna open up this box. We got candy and a notepad. So you guys should like, share, and subscribe, and follow me on all of my social medias, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another spooky video. Bye!